going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a repair on our 2003 Tacoma. This thing has 245,000 miles and the radiator has finally gone. We've got a little bit of a leak that's right here in it. So driving it, noticed that the temperature was running a little bit hot, and then when I got back to the house and popped the hood, it was bubbling a little bit right there. So we got a fresh unit, and I got this from Advance Auto. And just a quick parts buying tip: always check online at whatever store you like to buy from. I personally use Advance Auto just because I have a store like 5 minutes away, and they always have a 15% or 20% off online discount. So always check there. On their online discount that I got for this, save $50 on it, and they have the perks for it as well. So I got $50 off using their discount code online, and those codes are typically online only. You can't use or get that discount in store. So I always order online, get my 15 or 20% off, and then go pick it up in store 30 minutes to an hour later, just because it's super close, really easy. So I got the $50 off on this, and then had a $5 perk to use. So save $55 for this and some coolant. So it's really, that money just adds up so fast. So always check online if you're going to be ordering parts or need parts. And then they also right now have a deal on brakes and rotors, which is a 15 or 20% off deal as well. So I'll probably go ahead and get brakes and rotors for the Chevy while I'm at it and while that deal's running. So just a quick parts buying tip: always check online and save money. So let's jump into it. First thing I'm going to do is remove this skid plate, just so we have easy access to the radiator right up here. So I've got 3 12mm bolts in the front and 2, one on each side in the back. And with the skid plate off, we want to drain the fluid out of the radiator. So I'm going to take the cap up top off, and then just open this valve with a little drain pan and let the remaining fluid drain out. Now the fluid's almost completely drained out, and we have some hoses that we can disconnect now. So we can use just a pair of channel locks and take the clips off of 1, 2, and 3 hoses down below. Then we can disconnect this guy and this one right here up top. And with those lines draining and off, now we can take off the fan shroud, which is held on by 4 10mm bolts, 2 on each side, one there, the other one down there. Then again, same thing on this side. We've got one that way and one down there, and we'll just remove this and just slide it back over top of the fan, as far as we can, to get it out of the way. With the fan shroud loose, and we've got it set back a little bit, there's now 4 more bolts that we need to remove to get this radiator loose. And it's these brackets, but we have to access it through these holes here. So we can see on this side, we can access it through this hole. There's a bolt there, which is hard to see, You can see where it wraps around. There's a bolt right in here. You see if I can put my, you can see my finger down in here. So right there where the tip of my finger is one. The other one's down below, which we can access through this hole down here, and is right there. Same thing on this side. The bolt is right there. And then again, through this little tunnel, it's going to be back in there. And to do that, it's a 12mm bolt. And we'll just use an extension to go through these access holes and then through the bottom here. And then you may need just like a small, U-joint on the end of this. If you can't get to it, this extension has a little bit of articulation in the end, so the socket can angle a little bit. So we'll just access through those holes. 1, 2, and then go up 3 and 4. All right, we've got these 4 bolts out, and going through these little holes worked out just like I hoped it would. So now this should be loose, and we should just be able to lift it up and out. The only thing is we have to navigate the connections that are on the bottom with the fan shroud. There we go, simple enough. All the fins actually look in pretty good condition, and this is the original Radiator, so really not too bad. It's a little dirty. Not too bad. There we go. Now we can just put the new one back in. So we got it set back in there. Now we can put these bolts back in. All right, we got this bolted back in, and I did have a little bit of issue with these bolts not lining up. When I lined it up on this side, this one was just like a half a hole off. So what I did was loosen these brackets up top just a little bit, just to give a little bit of play, enough to get the bolt in it and tighten down, and then just went and snugged these back down. So we've got it mounted back in. Now we can throw the 4 bolts that I have here back into the fan shroud, get that mounted back up, and then we can get all of our hoses connected back together. So now with all the hoses tightened back up, we're going to get this topped back up with coolant, and we'll get it filled up and then turn the truck on and let it run, let the air bubbles get out of it, and continue add as we go and check for leaks. So let's get some fluid in it now. Well, and there we have it. Got the radiator replaced, got it all filled back up. Runs great, it's staying cool. So it takes a little bit over 2 gallons to fill the radiator up as well as the reservoir. So a little bit over 2 gallons. Nothing major, no hoses are leaking. So all we have to do now is throw the skid plate back on it and we'll be done. But you don't need to see that one. So that's how we replace the radiator on this truck. Not a really hard job, something pretty simple to do. Nothing major you're getting into doing it. But thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.